Hi guys, welcome to the Mindful Homeschooler. I'm so glad you joined me today. My name's Nicole and this channel is where I document my homeschooling journey, homeschooling my 6th grade daughter and my son who's in pre-K. All right guys, so today's video is going to be everything I'm doing with my kids for the fall holidays. That includes Halloween and Thanksgiving. All right, so I'm going to start with my son who's in pre-K because I have way less for him. So for fall themes for my son, I have 2 curriculums that include fall themes. For example, Blossom and Root Early Years Level 1 includes leaves and pumpkins. And then Treehouse Story School Preschool includes a whole apple unit as well as a squirrel and acorn unit that we already did. Now, as far as Halloween and Thanksgiving, I'm just going to be doing some crafts that I find on Pinterest. I'll put some pictures of someone that I found. Additionally, I have a sister who also homeschools her preschooler and 2nd grader. She actually has a YouTube channel, Homeschooling on Momma's Bed, that I'll put up here somewhere. We'll be doing a lot of crafts and activities together. Additionally, the only thing that I purchased for my son is from PrintablesforMom. It's an Etsy shop for $5. She has these monsters that you can create. You can either get the colored version or the non-colored, and your child can color it, and then they put it together. So we have Frankenstein, we have zombie, we have a vampire, a witch, a cat, we have a skeleton, and we have a jack-o'-lantern. I'm not quite sure how we're gonna put them together, but my son saw those and really liked those, so that is one activity. And then I'm gonna be getting a lot of books from the library. I've already found some that I really liked. I'll kind of go through, look at them, check the insides, and then I'll make a list for myself so I can order them as it gets closer, because I don't know about your library, but my library only allows 14-day holds on holidays. So ones I really liked was A Very Brave Witch. We've got Pumpkinheads, Beverly Bat Your Service, Pumpkin Eye, Skeleton Halloween, and Trick or Treat on Scary Street. So just lots and lots of books and then crafts with him. All right, guys, so now for my daughter. So you're gonna kind of see a theme with my daughter where I am using one of the curriculums I used last year for Halloween. I'll be using a few of those units. I also have another curriculum that I purchased that I will partially be using, and then I will be using these curriculums next year as well. There's so many topics within them. Don't feel like you have to do everything in one year. I did do quite a bit last year, and I feel like I kind of burned us out on it. So this year, I'm making sure we have enough choices, but not requiring us to do everything. Okay, so the first one I got that I do know we'll do this year is a unit study that I found with this book, Spooky Lakes. If you guys have never seen this book, this is an awesome book. It's 25 strange and mysterious lakes that dot our planet. My surrogate niece got this for my daughter and actually got it signed by the author. So super awesome. My daughter has already gone through this several times and she loves it. So I was so excited when I found out Mitten Bloom had created a unit study to go along with it for Lake Superior. So I really hope they make more. Been looking forward to doing this for a while. So that's one of the first things that we're going to be doing. Then we're going to be continuing on with one of the units we did last year, A Child's Guide to All Things Spooky by ForestRainWander. So last year we did a lot of topics within this. We did the history of Halloween, history of Jack-o'-lantern, Area 51 and extraterrestrials, vampires, werewolves, ghosts and paranormal, and cryptic legends. And it was a lot. And that's where I feel like we burned ourselves out. So this year, I'm only using a few. We're going to be doing the Day of the Dead, which we had already been learning about in Mexico recently. And what's really cool about this unit is she has all these different resources for you to read with the units, or she has what she calls a daily horror. It's like a newspaper, a daily newspaper that has information on it. So this is what she'll use for the Day of the Dead. So that just will be a very short, quick lesson. Then we're also going to learn about Frankenstein. And for that book, she has recommended Monstrous, the lore, gore, and science behind your favorite monsters. We used this last year for several of the topics. I really like this book. It has a lot of cool stuff in it. So for example, this year we're doing Frankenstein. So there's several pages that go along that theme. So you'll read out of this and she has you do some activities. So really like this book, so really looking forward to that. The third topic that we're going to be covering with this unit, and actually I have two other resources we're going to be covering this unit with, is the Salem Witch Trials. So for this curriculum, she calls out for what were the Salem Witch Trials and the Salem Witch Trials, an unsolved mystery from history. And actually another one of the curriculums has this book as well. So I'm going to be combining those and I'll show you. So the second curriculum that I'm going to be using is this Halloween guide. This is by Jack and Link Toys. If you guys don't know who Into the Rabbit Hole is, she has an Instagram and newly YouTube channel. She's fantastic. She has so many resources. She's also the owner of Jack and Link Toys. So she created this 5-week study. It has so many different topics, you guys. It has real world mysteries, spooky traditions around the world, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, short stories, Salem Witch Trials, Edgar Allan Poe, and Edvard Munch. So I am going to be using this next year as well, along with this, because these do have some cross topics. Like for example, we'll be doing Poe and Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. So I will be revisiting this, but what I'm going to be using from this year is I'm going to be using her part on spooky celebrations around the world. So this is a super cool book. Looking forward to using that. She also has this Atlas of Monsters and Ghosts. We will be using this as well. And then I will be using her Salem Witch Trials. She has a lot of information. She's found a great slideshow. She has several different videos that go along with it. She has some pages for you to do some work with. Let me show you. So here's kind of an example of her lesson plan. You can see I picked and chose. I am not using one of her alternative books for the Salem Witch Trial because we're actually going to be doing a novel study with the Salem Witch Trials. I'll show you in a minute. And then she just has a lot of different activities that you can use that goes along with Salem Witch Trials. And her guide is $5, you guys. And she provides a lot. So it's fantastic. I'll make sure and provide the link for you below. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to combine everything. I'm just going to kind of work through that as I get there. Now, the last thing that I'm going to be doing for the Salem Witch Trials is we're going to be reading The Witch of Blackbird Pond while we're doing Hearth Magic's The Witch of Blackbird Pond's book guide. I have done their book guide for Anne of Green Gables and I absolutely loved it. And now this is where our Thanksgiving tie is going to come in. So everything else I've showed you aside from Salem Witch Trial will be done first. And then towards the end of October and into November through Thanksgiving, we'll be working through this because the books that she recommends that you read with this study is Roanoke, The Mystery of the Lost Colony, 1607, A New Look at Jamestown, and 1621, A New Look at Thanksgiving. And she also recommends this as well as Jack and Link's Halloween guide as well. So this is very prevalent throughout. So a lot of the recommendations cross over. So that's how I will be tying in Thanksgiving. I'm really looking forward to this, you guys. Last time we just had such a great time. I definitely won't be doing everything, but in this curriculum, there is so much on history, on geography. Even Lake Superior has a lot on geography as well. So we will most likely be pausing what we're doing for history during November to really dive deep into this. So really looking forward to this, really looking forward to the resources that she has included. I have really wanted to read these with my daughter. I feel like in 6th grade, she's definitely at that appropriate age. All right, guys, last but certainly not least, we have our Mythical Creatures Discovery deck by the Waldock Way. I started laminating these. Really looking forward to this. This is just something that when she's bored or she needs something to do, I'll just have her come and grab this. Okay, guys, that's it. If you guys have any questions about anything I showed you, please let me know. I always love chatting with you guys. If not, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.